Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the National Library Information System Authority's 12th Annual Celebrity Tale-a-Thon. And this is the Christmas edition. So you know what that means? We have plenty stories, plenty good vibes, and plenty love to share today. And you know, normally if you look around here, if you've been accustomed coming to the Celebrity Tale-a-Thon, then you would know we normally have this place filled with people, filled with activities. But of course, due to COVID-19 regulations and restrictions, we can't do that. However, we're going to bring it all to you virtually. So stay tuned because it's going to be a fantastic show. I'm promising you that much. My name is Ruckus. I'm going to take you through it as best as I possibly can. And I have a few very, very famous and important people here to do so as well. All right? So I want to say thank you before we go any further to our sponsors. You know, we couldn't do this without them. So I want to say thank you to Republic Bank. I want to say thank you to Optometrist Today, Kiss Baking Company, NGC, and of course, Venture Credit Union. All right. I know you're excited to get into this, so let's get the stories going. We have some great stories in store for you guys today. First up, we are going to start off with a young author and storyteller. Her name is Corin Clark, and this is her very own story. It's called Chronicles of Corin, 7 Days of Fun.
Hello, my name is Corin Clark, and I am 5 years old. Today, I will be reading Chronicles of Corin, 7 Days of Fun. To all children everywhere, you are beautiful, you are smart, you are kind, you are good, you are brave, you are strong, you are brilliant and one of a kind. You are important. Hello, my name is Corin Clark and I am 4 years old. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. That's a country in the Caribbean. I love to sing, read, and dance. But do you know what I love most of all? I love going on adventures and learning new things. Learning is fun. Today is Sunday. Do you know what I do on Sundays? I do yoga. Yoga is exercise for your body and your mind. Every week I learn new moves called poses that help me get stronger and more flexible too. It also helps me relax. Yoga is lots of fun. There's some that you can try like low crescent lunge, lotus, and cobra. Today is Monday. On Mondays, I dance. I'm learning ballet. Every week, my teacher taught me some really cool moves. I've already learned the plie, releve, and chasse. But I still need to practice so I can be just as good as my favorite ballerina. Her name is Misty. Did you know that she started dancing when she was just a little girl like me? When I grow up, I'm going to dance on big stages just like her. Today is Tuesday. On Tuesdays, we make music. I'm a music and musician. My daddy says I am multi-talented. That means I'm really good at different things. I'm learning to play 3 instruments: the piano, the xylophone, and the drum. The piano is my favorite. My daddy plays the piano too. I love when we make music together. Today is Wednesday. On Wednesdays, I make yummy treats with my mommy. Today, we're making super moist red velvet cupcakes with vanilla frosting. That's my favorite. My mom said we can have sweet treats in moderation. Moderation. That means we can have it sometimes, but not too much. That's 5 yesterday. Today is Thursday. On Thursdays, we swim. I used to be afraid of the water, but I'm not anymore. My daddy said learning to swim is especially important because we live on an island. Do you know what an island is? An island is a piece of land surrounded by water. I live in Trinidad. Trinidad is an island. Today is Friday. On Fridays, I get creative. Today, I am painting a flower garden. Sunflowers are my favorite because I love them because they are beautiful yellow and black. What's your favorite flower? My favorite flower is a sunflower. I love them because they are beautiful, yellow, and bright. Today is Saturday. On Saturdays, I usually go to church and spend time doing fun things with my family. Because of the coronavirus, we have to worship at home. Home church is fun, but I miss the awesome music at real church. Today, we're going to learn about Jonah. Do you know who he is? Jonah was swallowed by a whale for disobeying God. The whale didn't eat him up. It just swallowed him whole and spit him out. Isn't that crazy? My mommy says what happened to Jonah teaches us the importance of being good. So that and 7 days of fabulous fun. That was amazing, wasn't it? I hope you enjoyed it just as much I did. I love them all. The end. Thanks for listening to my story. Bye. Have a beautiful and great day.
Thank you so much, Corin. Oh my goodness, Corin, you're such an inspiration. Young, talented, and such a great reader as well. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy that. Now, boys and girls, pay attention to me very, very closely because you have the opportunity to win yourself a voucher for $500. Imagine that. $500 can be yours. All you have to do is write a paragraph telling us what you loved most about the Tale-a-Thon today and submit it by December 23rd. And guess what? You have the opportunity to win, yes, I said it already, a voucher for $500. And parents, don't think we left you out either because you have the opportunity to win yourself some designer shades from Optometrist today. All you have to do is count how many times the sponsorship logo shows up at the bottom of the screen. Once you count that, send it in to us by December 23rd. And guess what? You have the opportunity to win yourself a designer shades, courtesy Optometrist today. All right, we're moving on. Up next, I want you guys to welcome somebody very, very, very special. I'm sure you know them. I'm talking about Her Excellency. That's right, the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Paula May Weeks.
I was really happy when I was invited by NALIS to read to you. I love reading. I've always read from a little girl up until now. I like reading because reading allows me to learn about many things I didn't know before. I also like to read because I learn how to do things even if there's no one there to show me how. And most importantly, I like reading because it allows me to dream about things I can do and be later on in life. And so I hope you like reading too, and I am very pleased to read to you today. Now, the name of this book is Ratter, Patter, Scatter, Fatter. I first saw this book in the Scarborough Library in Tobago. In fact, I borrowed it from them, so thank you, Scarborough Library. And I thought that you would enjoy it. It's a special kind of story. And what makes it special is that the listener, that's you, are part of the story too. So, at certain times, you are going to have to whisper the magic words with me. So let's practice. Ratter, patter, scatter, fatter. Let's try it a little faster. Ratter, patter, scatter, fatter. Are you okay? All right. So let's learn about a young boy called Jun Jun. Jun Jun liked to daydream. He liked to night dream. He liked to dream in between, when the birds sang and the lizards came out to bask in the morning sun. But Jun Jun's dreams were often interrupted. There was always so much work to do. One morning early, his mother called, "Jun Jun, wake up. Don't you hear the fisherman blowing his conch horn? Quick, run across town to the market and buy us a fresh pot for dinner." "Oh, Mommy, I was busy listening to the birds, said Junjun, yawning. I wish the fish would run across town to our house instead. Fish don't have legs, child. Well, Mummy, what if I close my eyes and say a magic word like ratter, patter, scatter, fatter 3 times? Silly Junjun, come now. Junjun's mother couldn't stand around and listen to nonsense talk. She had clothes to wash. Junjun sat in the yard and squeezed his eyes shut. He wished hard for the fish to swim across town. He whispered, ratter, patter, scatter, fatter. Slowly, once, then again. Ratter, patter, scatter, fatter. Ratter, patter, scatter, fatter. Then he waited for his wish to come true. So now, children, you know what Junjun says. So whenever I point at you, you are going to be Junjun and join in. Down at the beach, the last fisherman had hauled in his traps and pulled his boat to shore. He was late for the morning market, so he took a shortcut past Junjun's house. Rushing along, he did not even notice a fish wiggle-waggle right out of the basket. Floomp! When Junjun opened his eyes, what did he see on the dusty road? A fish. And what did he say? My wish has come true. Junjun's mother was very happy with the nice wiggly fish. But Junjun, she asked, why is the fish so dusty? Did you drop it? No, Mummy. The fish got dusty when it swam across town to our house. What an imagination. Time to go fetch the goat now while I clean the fish. And don't forget your hat. The sun is hot, hot, hot. Junjun skipped off down the road to look for the goat. He looked for her in the field where the elephant grass grew. He looked down and saw an alligator lizard slithering through the grass. He looked up and he saw a chicken hawk circling overhead. He looked straight ahead and saw a mongoose sitting on its hind legs, still and watchful. But he didn't see the goat. I can't find the goat, Junjun said to the mongoose. I wish the goat would find me. What if I close my eyes and say a magic word like ratter-patter-scatter-fatter 3 times? So Junjun sat down in the grass and closed his eyes. He wished hard for the goat to come and find him. He whispered, ratter, fatter, scatter, patter. Slowly, once, then again. Ratter, patter, scatter, fatter. Ratter, patter, scatter, fatter. Then he waited for his dream to come true. The goat had been keeping her eye on Junjun's little slow hat all along. She liked the tender straw much better than the tough elephant grass. As soon as Junjun sat down, the goat crept up to him, closer and closer. Nibble, nibble, munch. When Junjun opened his eyes, who did he see with a mouthful of straw? The goat. And what did he say? My wish came true. His mother met him on the way home. There you are, and you found the goat. No, Mummy, the goat found me. Oh, I see. Same thing, Junjun. Good thing too, because it's lunchtime. When the heat of the day passed, the old tamarind tree cast its shade across the yard. Junjun liked to hop around in the late afternoon sun and watch his shadow grow longer, like a tree. Don't go running after your shadow, Junjun, his mother said. I have something to show you. She pointed up at the tree. See those birds pecking at the fruit? That means that the tamarinds are ripe and ready to pick. But, Mummy, the sugar birds aren't eating tamarinds like the other birds. Maybe the fruit is too sour. Sour it is, Junjun, but the thrushies like it. So you'd better pick some tamarinds before the greedy thrushies eat all of them. The tree was tall. Junjun knew he'd have to climb high up to pick the tamarinds. I wish the tamarinds would pick themselves, Junjun said. Sure enough they won't, said his mother. What if I close my eyes and say a magic word like ratter-patter-scatter-fatter 3 times? But Junjun's mother couldn't stand around and listen to nonsense talk. She had dinner to prepare. Junjun closed his eyes. He wished hard for the tamarins to pick themselves. He whispered, "Ratta-patta-scatter-fatter," slowly, once, then again, "Ratta-patta-scatter-fatter, ratta-patta-scatter-fatter." Just then, whoosh, a big wind blew across the island. It knocked over the empty rain barrel. It tore the sheets off the line. It shook the trees. It shook the tamarin trees so hard the tamarins broke loose from the branches and fell to the ground. Then the big wind blew away, whee, back to the sea where it had come from. Then Junjun opened his eyes. What did he see in his basket? Tamarins. And by now I'm sure you know what he said. My wish came true. He carried the basket full of tamarins into the house. "Junjun, you picked so many," his mother exclaimed. "I didn't even have to climb the tree, Mummy." Sure enough, sure, the tamarins picked themselves. "Are you making up stories again?" she said. "Now hand me that sugar and let's make some jam." They peeled the thin brown shells off the tamarins and boiled the sticky fruit in sugar water. Junjun did all the tasting to make sure the jam wasn't too sweet or too sour. Before the sun went down, they sealed up the last jar. "Junjun," his mother said, "just one more job for you today. It's dry, 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 not a drop of rain for days, and the rain barrel is empty. Go fetch us some water from the well." "I'm tired, Mummy. I wish the water would fetch itself." "That's a sight we'll never see," said his mother. She sat down in the big rocking chair on the porch and lifted Junjun onto her lap. "I'm tired too, Junjun. We've had a busy day. Now," she sighed, "if it would only rain, no one would have to fetch water. Oh, how I wish it would rain." "Mummy, why don't you close your eyes and say, 'Ratta-patta-scatter-fatter' 3 times? Then your wish will come true." Junjun's mother laughed, but she leaned back and closed her eyes. "Ratta-patta-scatter-fatter," she sang softly. "Ratta-patta-scatter-fatter, ratta-patta-scatter-fatter." And what do you think happened that night? It rained. The drops fell on the tin roof and into the empty rain barrel, lightly tapping out the rain's own song. Ratta-patta-scatter-fatter, 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 all night long. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story as much as I enjoyed reading it to you. And please, keep reading. There's a whole exciting world out there just waiting for you to find it.
Hi guys, my name is Kai West and today I'll be reading a book called Babushka by Sandra Ann Horn and illustrated by Sophie Fatas. Long ago, far away, there lived a little old woman. She was as round and kindly as a warm plum pudding, but she didn't stop sweeping, dusting and polishing from sunrise to starshine. There was not a speck of dust or a spider's web in her house. She kept busy all the time because there was an empty place in her heart, and it made her sad to think about it. One evening, Babushka was polishing her candlesticks when a bright new star shone in through the window. "Why, there's a mark on the window pane," said Babushka. "I haven't noticed that before. What's a disgrace?" The star hid behind a cloud. Babushka began to rub the window pane. She looked out and saw an angel in the garden. "Good news," sang the angel. "You'll have to wipe your feet if you want to come in," said Babushka. So the angel flew away. There was a knock at the door. There stood 3 kings with golden crowns. "Come in, your majesties," said Babushka, "but please take off your royal boots." "We have followed the star," they said, "to find the new baby king. Would you like to come with us?" "I haven't got time to go journeying about," she said. "What about the washing up?" The king's camels were standing by the gate. "Oh," said Babushka, "muddy feet on my clean path? Shoo, shoo!" And she flapped her duster. The camels took fright and galloped away, and the kings went chasing after them. "I'll just have a little sit down," said Babushka, "before I dust the canary." No sooner had she sat down than her head began to nod, and she fell asleep. The angel came back and sang about a baby born in a stable, with nothing but swaddling cloth to wrap him in. The star peeped out from behind the cloud and shone in through the window. Full on Babushka's sleeping face, she woke up. "Bless me," she said, "a baby in a scruffy stable full of cattle, and never a warm shawl to wrap him in. I must set off at once." She packed a basket with a little toy clown and warm shawl and a bottle of ginger cordial for the grown-ups, and set off. The sky was lit up as bright as day by the star and crowded with angels, but Babushka did not look up. "All this dust on the road, it's a scandal," she said. Babushka had not gone far when she saw a woman and a little girl by the side of the road. The girl was crying. "What's the matter, dearie?" said Babushka. "We were running to see the new king, and she dropped her dolly," said the girl's mother. "I put her in my pocket, and she must have fallen out," the little girl sobbed. Babushka took the toy clown out of her basket and jiggled him to make him dance. The child stopped crying and laughed. "Take it with my love," said Babushka. Babushka had not gone much further when she met a little old woman hobbling along and moaning. "What's the matter, my dear?" asked Babushka. "I want to see the new baby," said the little old woman, "but I can't get along very fast because my legs ache so much." "Here," Babushka said, "take this cordial with my love. It'll do you a power of good." The old woman took a big drink and trotted away with a smile on her face and the blessings on her lips. Round the corner, Babushka came upon a shepherd boy carrying a newborn lamb. He was shivering. "I couldn't keep up with the others," he said. "My arms are so cold that I can't carry this lamb much further. It's a present for the new baby king." Babushka wrapped the shawl snugly round his shoulders. "Take this with my love," she said. "It will keep you warm on your journey." Babushka went on her way. The basket felt as light as air. She stopped and looked inside. It was empty. "You silly old woman," she said to herself. "You given all the presents away?" Sadly, she turned back the way she had come. "I can't greet the baby without the gift," she said. Just then she heard a voice calling Babushka. It was Mary. Babushka hung back. "I have no gift," she said. "Please come in," Mary smiled. Babushka went in, and there was the baby wrapped in the warm shawl. The little crown was beside him in a manger. Joseph was pouring a glass of cordial. "But I gave them all away," Babushka said. "Everything you gave with love, you gave to my son also," said Mary. Babushka gazed around her. "Look at the cobwebs," she said. "I'll just tidy up." Then the baby held out his arms and smiled. His eyes were like the deep starry night. In his smile was love itself. A strange feeling crept over Babushka. She forgot about tidying up. "Would you like to hold him?" asked Mary. Babushka took the baby in her arms. All the animals crowded around. Babushka stroked the old grey donkey's nose. He nuzzled her ear. The baby chuckled, and so did Babushka. She held him close. "Peace," sang the angels. The end. Thank you for listening, and look out for more stories coming out. This was Babushka, retold by Sandra Ann Horn, illustrated by Sophie Fatas.
Hey, thank you so much, Kai. I hope you guys are enjoying the stories so far. Are you? I can't hear you. Are you enjoying the stories so far? Nice. All right, well, if you see me looking at this fun book here, it's about doing craft. And no, I'm not going to do craft with you guys. However, Auntie Amy is, and she's going to teach us how to make things just in time for Christmas.
Hi there, I'm Sigoni Muhammad, and today I'll be reading for you An Island Christmas by Lynn Joseph. Let's begin. It's the first day of Christmas holidays and the sun shining bright, bright. The sky blue for so. It's beach time, I yell, but Mama, says no. Plenty things to do, Rosie, that's me, as she ties her apron strings tight. What kind of things? I ask, and Mama says with a smile, well, we have to make the sorrel to drink with the Christmas pies. Sorrel, sorrel, red and sweet. Sorrel, sorrel, to melt the heat. I sing as I pick the sorrel fruit off the plump old sorrel tree. Sugarcane man comes walking by, swinging his sugarcane bag. 10 cents a cane, he shouts, waving his sugarcane high. Look at my sorrel, Mr. Sugarcane man. I point to my bucket of fruit. Sugarcane man give one big smile and drop his burly brown bag. He helped me peel the red sorrel petals off the fuzzy green seeds. Red, red, everything's red. Fingers, toes, shirts, and heads. I sing as the sorrel juice stains settle in. Afterwards, Sugarcane man and me sit down on the steps, sucked on 2 sweet sugar canes. We poke our canes in the pail of water that draws the juice out of the red sorrel petals. Leave the sorrel and let it draw in peace, says Mama. She takes the pail and sets it on the kitchen counter. We'll bottle it tomorrow. When Sugarcane man leaving, he gave Mama the biggest sugarcane in his bag. Merry Christmas, he says, and Mama smile a sugar-wide smile. The second day of Christmas holidays and Tanty come over early. Like she afraid the sun go catch her, my brother Ragboy says. It's for the black currant cake, I whisper, and I run down the stairs. Mama, Tanty, and me take the whole jar of the heavy currant jar. We empty the shiny black fruit into bowls. The currants look like Christmas stars. They've been soaking since July, and now their juices running deep. The mixing with the sorrel spice, it got the kitchen smelling sweet. Currants, currants, sticky and sweet. Currants, currants, clump to my feet. I sing as Tanty stirs the egg and molasses into the fruit bowls. Mama bottles the sorrel, and I push the bottle corks hard. Then I line the cake pans with wax paper, and I watch as Tanty swishes her mighty spoon round and round each bowl. Finally, Tanty pats down the last currant crumbs. The cake sitting round and they're fat in their pans and they're ready for the oven. It's dark outside now, but the kitchen glowing like Christmas. Then we hear music. It's the parang band, Daddy shouts. The parang men, they come in. They're down in the streets moving from house to house with the parang band beat. The guitar men, well, they're leading with the snip-snapping sounds, and the chow-chow men adding their shaking pounds. Their shirts are all colors like flags in the night, weaving up the hill till they stop at our light. They stand round the gate playing sweet Christmas tunes. Me and Ragboy join in with a glass and 2 spoons. Mama claps her hands and Daddy snaps his fingers. And Tanty sings the words of the old Spanish traditions. Aye! When the parang men finish playing, we hand them fat ham and mustard sandwiches. They eat, then move on, with their guitars singing Merry Christmas in the night air. The next thing we know, Christmas Eve gliding in like a limbo dancer under the stick. Mama hurry back and forth making the aloo pies. Me and Ragboy help. We mash in potatoes and peppers, then Mama stuff them into the pockets of dough and fry them up brown and crisp. Aloo pies, spicy and strong. Eat with sorrel so I don't burn my tongue. I sing as me and Ragboy crank the ice cream maker. Daddy forgets a Christmas present, so he gone off to town. And still the Christmas tree to paint before the sun go down. Oh Christmas tree, Ragboy sings as we drag out the old guava branch from inside the garage. We stand it in a pot of dirt. Ragboy hand me the white shoe polish and I start painting the tree clean. I paint over where Ragboy spilled sorrel on a branch last year. I paint over scratches from the Christmas tree decorations. And I paint over the notches we mark for all the times the guava branch been our Christmas tree. 4 notches so far. Ragboy cuts 1 more notch with a sharp bamboo stick. Then we open Mama's Christmas bag. It full up with shiny foil angels and round painted balls, glittering marbles in net bags and coconut shell dolls. We hang them all up, then throw small pieces of paper high up in the air, our Christmas tree looking like it covered with snow. Afterwards, me and Ragboy run to our mango tree house to finish our Christmas presents. I paint the birds on the shell earrings for Mama. Ragboy add more tail to the kite for Daddy, and then we tie a big red bow round a bucket of flowers that we've been growing since August. Red hibiscus and golden buttercups, white periwinkles and pink oleanders. It's a Christmas bouquet for Tanty. Finally, everything almost ready for Christmas. Daddy come back from town and he wrap his secret present. Mama bring out the aloo pies and pour us each some sorrel. And me and Ragboy hang the star high on top of the guava branch. Oh Christmas tree, Ragboy starts singing again. This time, Mama and Daddy and I join in. Afterwards, Mama clap her hands. Santa not coming to see no wide awake children, she say. So me and Ragboy hurry and get our good night kiss. Then we gone off to bed, but we can't sleep. So we stick the pillows over our heads and we whisper in the dark instead. When Ragboy falls asleep, I think about the glorious black cake waiting on the kitchen counter and the soursop ice cream cooling in the freezer. Tomorrow just taking too long to come. Next thing I know is Ragboy tugging on my hair. Wake up, Rosie, it's Christmas! He's shouting my ear. Merry Christmas, Mama. Merry Christmas, Daddy. Merry Christmas, Ragboy. And Merry Christmas, me. I sing as I chase Ragboy down the stairs. And there, in the living room, our tree glowing so bright from the sun shining in, filling up the branches with light. Look at all the presents piled under the tree, shouts Ragboy. He finds a fire truck for him, and Daddy's late present is a steel drum for me. Now I can make my own music, and now I wake the whole house playing pum-de-dum-dum-pum-pum on my steel drum. Mama and Daddy finally get up. We pile them with presents and kisses and hugs. Then Tanty come over. Aunts and uncles come next, leading long lines of cousins in their Christmas church best. We hurry and get ready, leave the house in a mess. The shiny red paper and bows of all colors lie scattered and rolling and falling all over. In the church we sing, Happy Birthday to Jesus, and listen to how he was born in a manger. After church, we walk home, hand in hand, the sun shining down on our Christmas island.
Thank you so much, Sigoni. Oh my goodness, what a story. I know you guys are pumped and excited because we just have story after story after story, and we still have more stories. And who better to give us a great story than the Minister in charge of communications under the Office of the Prime Minister? I'm talking about the one and only, the Honorable Simon de Nobrega.
Thank you to NALIS for allowing me to join in this celebrity Tale-a-Thon. Reading has been a joy to me for my entire life, and in selecting the story to be read today, I chose a story that has a special meaning to me and my children. It's The Night Before Christmas, and it's written by Clement Clark Moore. So let's start. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in the hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all, as dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had slung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and his beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying a finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. And I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. The end.
The Making of a Parang Soca Queen, written by Marcia Miranda. This is an original story about a young girl growing up in Tobago. Her name was Belinda. Belinda lived with her parents, her brother, and a sister. She loved listening to the radio. She loved listening to Auntie Kay on a Sunday afternoon on radio. She loved listening to Auntie Hazel on 12 and Under on television, and Uncle Holly B on Scouting for Talent. In those days, television was black and white, but it didn't matter to Belinda. She just loved music and she loved entertainment. It was at the age of 8 that Belinda recognized her passion for music and singing, and she'd use every opportunity when there was a crowd gathered, including at her father's nightclub and guest house, to sing for all the guests and the patrons, and she'll sing all types of music. But it was when she turned 11 and joined the school choir that she realized that hers was a very special gift, because people would come up to her and say, Belinda, you sound so beautiful and you perform so well. Well, you know, this excited Belinda, and it encouraged her she went on to expand her vocal abilities by finding a vocal coach. At the same time, she joined a carol singing group which performed at several hotels and homes across Tobago. She felt happy and she felt special. And talk about pretty, because when she donned that brilliant white dress with that red cape around her and her 2 long red braids with red shiny ribbons, wow, she felt special. Belinda loved singing Christmas carols. Belinda loved carols like Silent Night, Holy Night, and then there was one called Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. Yeah, she loved them all, and many others. She loved Christmas. Belinda loved everything about Christmas. That special Christmas service when the group was invited to perform at church, and she loved unwrapping her Christmas presents. She loved the smell of the ham baking in the oven. She loved being with her family. Christmas was everything to Belinda. So at about age 15, Belinda, while she was caroling at one of her events, she heard this very unique sound by a band. And what was unique about it was the type of instruments that they incorporated in their renditions, and the fact that they were singing in Spanish. So this kind of was amazing to Belinda, and it tweaked her curiosity to find out more about this genre of music. So Belinda, finding it infectious and mesmerizing, went about her business to find out more about this parang and the parang band, because that's what it was called, parang. It awoke a spirit in her, and she felt compelled to get involved in parang music. So it wasn't long thereafter that Belinda became a frontline singer in a parang band, singing parang music about Christmas stories in Spanish with beautiful rhythms. She was super excited, especially when they were invited to perform in Trinidad at Queen's Hall. You know, that's a big thing for Tobagonians, right? Not gonna go there, but she was proud. Recognizing that there were numerous opportunities for performances at events for parang singing in Trinidad, Belinda decided to relocate to Trinidad and begin a career in performing parang music. Belinda joined a renowned parang group in Trinidad, performing at major events during the Christmas season. Out of a love for this music, she began composing her own songs and performing them with the band. In the 1980s, and this is really, really important, there was a fusion of traditional parang music and soca rhythms, as well as a transition from using Spanish lyrics to English lyrics. But the stories remain the same. It was always related to something Christmas, either about the story of Christ, baby Jesus, or what we eat in Trinidad for Christmas, or what we do in Trinidad at Christmas time. So she loved it. This was now referred to as parang soca, a new, desired, and relatable form of Christmas music. Belinda was totally committed to this art form and produced new songs annually for the Christmas season. Her audiences grew, her fan base became larger and more loyal. And eventually, in the year 2000, Belinda made a decision to enter the National Parang Soca Monarch competition and emerged winner. Good for you, Belinda. Anyway, lovers of the art form and her performances fondly referred to Belinda from then on as Trinidad and Tobago's Parang Soca Queen. Some of the more popular compositions include Bring Out the Ham, Neighbor Woy Oy Oy, Bring Out the Ham, things like Give Me Love, Give Me Love, Give Me Love, and then Letter to Mama, Cocoa Pie or Christmas, Tiffin Parang Band, we're not going to go there, and Rose for Rose, yet we ain't going there, right? But you can go up on YouTube and you listen to the songs, but don't look for Belinda, look for the songs, all right? These songs are heard all over the airways at Christmas time. Everywhere Christmas music is played, you hear Belinda's music, alrighty? Belinda's decision to make this art form her life career has allowed her to travel internationally, performing in places like Europe, Central America, North America, South America, Canada, and of course the Caribbean. Belinda would like to leave this with you today.
The making of a Parang Soca Queen, read by a Parang Soca Queen. It doesn't get much better than that. Now I know you guys have been sitting down paying close attention and enjoying all the stories so far, but I need you to get up. That's right, get up, because it's time for a little dance class. And to do that, I want you guys to welcome Auntie Nadia. Nadia, take it away.
Hi. My name is Auntie Nadia, and I am here to do an amazing Zumba performance for you, a Zumba dance. We are going to be doing it together, actually. So I am going to be instructing, and you are going to be dancing together with me, all right, for this particular song. I hope you all have enjoyed all of your stories thus far, and I hope this dance is something that you enjoy and that you like very much, just as much as I love preparing it for you, okay? So I want you all to make sure and clear out a little space at home, all right? A little area that you all can dance to, all right? And make sure you all have some water on hand. If you all can get some water quickly, ask mommy and daddy to bring out the water for you in a cup, or if you all have little bottled waters, that will be fine, all right? Because you all might feel a little thirsty after this or during. At any point you all feel like you all need to hydrate and drink some water, please do that, all right? So I hope you all are ready to smile and dance with Auntie. I am so excited to dance with you. I am so happy. I can't wait. And I hope you all make sure and smile through and through. This is what it's about. Zumba is all about dancing, having fun, and smiling. All right? So let's get ready to move and groove. I have a very special song for you guys. Hope you all like it.
Everybody coming in, eh? We ready to go, yeah. We gon' make them jump, we gon' make them turn up, we gon' make them whine, we gon' make them free up. It's different as a bacchanal, in this sweet botanical, this carnival. I want you to find your way, everybody on stage, oh God, oh. If you're coming down from the mountain, oh God, oh. When the rhythm beats in town, see me jumping on the savannah.
hope you all had fun with that one. That's one of my favorite songs. Please stay tuned. We have one more Zumba song later down on the program, and I cannot wait to dance with you, okay? So have fun, listen up to the other readers, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Crack, crack. Monkey break it back for a piece of pommel rock. Once upon a time, Anancy decided he's spending plenty time by himself. He go in any little place where he does make garden and get time to think, look at the stars, do all the things he like to do by himself. Well, this morning Anancy get up and he decide, you know what? I go and cook all the food what I like. So as I tell all, he had a little kitchen garden. So he go in the yard, he pick okra, he pick dashing bush, he pull some ears of corn, pick up some seasoning, and he go inside and he start to cook Tony. Well, he cook all the food what he like, best. He make a big coconut bake. Greater he cook the coconut and he make it bake. And to go with the bake, he went in the yard and he pick up one of them yard fowl, purge it so it good and stew him down sweet. So he had bake and stew yard fowl with plantain one side and zabuka. But he find that ain't enough. He take the ears of corn and he make some corn soup, and he had great cassava in the fridge, so he put some cassava dumpling on it in the corn soup. You think he find that enough? Nah, he cut up the okra and the dashing bush what he picked from in the yard. And he take pumpkin and thing, and he make some callaloo. And he make some cuckoo. He grated the old corn that he had there. And he make some cuckoo callaloo. And he had some fish there and he stew it down in ruku sauce. Well, you know, when that food cooking, so it's smelling up the whole place. Everybody who far away, because everybody far, smelling the food. Even turtle who head up under his shell start to smell it. He poke out his head and the smell start to wow fall down the place. He start to feel hungry. He say, you see me? I go in and look for wherever that food coming from. So he start to move slow, and he asking where that food coming from. Everybody says it's Nancy. So he know how Anancy stop. When you see Anancy by himself, he don't like people disturb him. And when you see cooking nice food, he don't like to share. So Turtle thought, and then he had an idea. He gone by Anancy door, and he started mama guy Nancy. Morning, Mr. Nancy, morning. Nancy said, morning, Turtle. I know you're a real generous fella, you know, Nancy. Well, you see me, I come from far, and everybody telling me about how your food's so sweet, and I smelling it. You have any food you could give to a weary traveler? Nancy didn't want to open me door now. But he fall for the mama guy now. And he opened the door crack. Well, Tony, before you could say cuckoo and callaloo, Turtle done squeeze himself inside, sit down by the table and put things wrong in neck. Ready to eat. Anancy watch him. So you just do it? You come in my house. You ain't wash your hand before you come in. You come sit down by my table ready to eat, and you ain't watch it. But what trouble is this? And Nancy to say, oh gosh, it's just because I'm hungry. And Nancy say, that don't go on in this house, you know. Wash your hand before you could touch any of my food, right? But wait, come out, turn left, then make a right and make a next right, and then double back and you'll see a salt pond. Well, all you know how fast turtle moving. So by the time he go and find the double back and front back and all and back and all kind of thing, he wash his hand, and poor fella, he trying to move fast to come back. By the time he come back, half of the food done. Corn soup with cassava dumpling finished. And Anancy start on the cuckoo and callaloo with the fish in the ruku sauce. Anancy watch him. He say, hey, them man and them you have them are clean, you know. What? Your mother never teach you about the 22nd hand wash or what? Go back. I bunches him and did this to get up and go back, but he more hungry, so he going more slow. He wash his hand. By the time he coming back, all them animals start to collect up and they start to sing. Wash your hand, they start to sing. He reached back, but by the time he reached back, the cuckoo, the callaloo, and the fish done. He said, all right, well, I will get whatever it have. I will see if it have a little piece of the stew chicken leaf. And Nancy say, go back and wash your hand. Well, poor fella, by the time he come back, all food done. And Nancy mange tout bagay, and Nancy mange. He tell Turtle, he say, boy, I'm sorry. But you see, in this house, in the first place, I well enjoy being by myself here. I didn't want to open my door for nobody, but as you talk to me so nice, I'll let you come in. And on top of that, you don't wash your hand and you want my food. Go back where you come out. You hear me? And next time when you come in, only you reach by my gap. What to do? And poor Tutu start to sing, wash my hand. Wash my hand. And as he leave and he go in where all the animals who staying far from Anancy door singing, wash your hand. Everybody wash your hand. And poor Turtle leave and he go. And he study now a good trick to play on Anancy. But that is a story for next time. Crick, crack, the story end and the wire bend. My name is N2 Springer. As I tell all already, I'm the best storyteller in Trinidad and Tobago. Moi sorti Santa Cruz. I come out Santa Cruz, where my mother and my uncle and them was great storyteller. Hope all they enjoy this one. Don't try to pick me.
Hi boys and girls, I'm Disha Rambajan and today I'll be reading for you Fancy Nancy's Splendiferous Christmas. And this story is written by Jane O'Connor. Our house never looks fancy, except, ta-da, at Christmas time. It's the house. I love Christmas so much. It is important to find a tree and a wonderful aroma. That's a fancy word for smell. I think bigger is always better. But my dad says we must compromise. That means we must end up with a tree my mom wants. On Christmas Eve, we get all the ornaments. Some were Grandpa's when he was a little boy. These are heirlooms, my mom says. That's fancy for things that are old and valuable. And here's our Christmas tree topper. Isn't it just gorgeous? I bought it last summer with all my birthday money. It is never too early to prepare for Christmas. We always wait for Grandpa to decorate the tree. He'll be here very soon. And while we wait, we bake Christmas cookies. My sister helps with the sprinkles. Delectable. That's fancy for yummy. And guess which one I decorated? Take a look. You can guess which one. Then I finish wrapping all the presents. This quilt is for Maribel. Put lace on anything and voila, it's fancy. I also made a tiny Christmas card for her. Next we go caroling, which is fancy for singing Christmas songs. Back at home, still no Grandpa, so we plead with our parents. Pleading is like begging, just fancier. Please, 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 can we just put up the tree now? Everything it says on the box is true. It spins, it flashes on and off, and it changes color. My dad says that Grandpa called and he'll be here in a minute. We wait and wait, and wait some more. How can a minute take so long? Frenchie's not as patient as I am. So I unwrap one of her presents, a tug toy. Frenchie's strong, but I'm stronger. I pull hard. Oops, the tree sways. Oh no! Look out below. Look what's happening with the tree. The tree topper smashes to pieces. I'm devastated, which is upset, only a zillion times worse. Just then, Grandpa arrives. I tell him what happened. When life gives you cracked eggs, make eggnog, he says. What does that mean, I ask. It means you improvise. That's a fancy word for using whatever's around to make something. So we make a new tree topper with glitter and pom-poms and ribbons. Grandpa says, one day you will have your own family and you will tell them how we made these together. Oh, it's going to be an heirloom, I explained to my sister. Decorating the tree is so much fun. There's no such thing as too much tinsel, I keep telling everyone. Look how beautifully they decorated the tree. Only one word describes how magnificent, joyous, and sparkly Christmas morning is. Splendiferous. The end. That's the end of this story. I hope you all enjoyed it and have a Merry, Merry Christmas.
Hey, hello boys and girls, parents too. How are you? My name is Tim Tim, and it's my pleasure to be here with you to read a beautiful story from a brilliant author, David Milgrim. This story is entitled Santa Duck and His Merry Helpers. Yeah, first time I'm reading it too. Let me check it out now. Oh, nice. Santa Duck and His Merry Helpers by David Milgrim. I'm going to read out who published it and all them kind of things. All in bong for all of that. Yeah, nice. And it begins. Christmas was coming. That meant it was time for Nicholas Duck to put on his official coat and hat and help collect wish lists for Santa. He couldn't have been happier. Jingle quack, jingle all the quack. Yeah, you and song. Yeah. Then Nicholas realized he was being followed. Oh, what fun it is to quack in a one-horse open sleigh. Quack! It was his little brothers and sister. What are you doing? Why are you dressed like that? Hi, Nicky. We're going to be Santa's helpers too. Nicholas explained that you can't just decide to be Santa's helpers. He explained that it is a very, very special position and you have to be selected by Santa himself. Besides, the job is taken. And as you can see here, he's very adamant about that. Yes, the job, it's taken. We can help Santa if we wanna. Yeah, and boy, do we wanna. Yeah, so his little brother and sisters, yeah, they weren't having it. And since there was nothing Nicholas could do to stop them, he continued on his way. We're gonna be better helpers than you. Yeah, and we're gonna be Santa's favorites too. Yeah. He was like, oh yeah. Soon, Nicholas met a skunk. Hi, Santa Duck, said the skunk. This year, I'd like a bottle of perfume just like last year. Certainly, said Nicholas. Then his brother and sister jumped in. How would you like 2 bottles of perfume? Just as he feared, Nicholas's brother and sister were messing everything up. Really, said the skunk. Do I smell that bad? Then the other one went, I can get you 3 bottles. I'll get you 4 bottles. I'll get you 5. Maybe I'll get you 50 bottles. Oh, boy. Things got even worse with the raccoon. I'll get you 2 trash cans. I'll get you a garbage truck. How would you like your own dump? And with the beaver, boy, did they mess up that beaver. An axe, that's kid stuff. I'll get you a chainsaw. Oh boy, I'll get you a bulldozer. I'll get you the Hoover Dam. Ooh. They were just making promises. And by the time they met the frog, Nicholas could hardly take it anymore. I'll get you a beautiful princess. I'll get you a castle. I'll get you your own planet. Wow! All I had in mind was a box of flies, said the frog. That's enough, screamed Nicholas. As you can see here, arms out. Yeah, he's had enough. Yeah, Nicholas, fed up with him. Have you all lost your marbles? Christmas isn't just about gifts. Huh? What? What are you saying? That's ridiculous, said his brother and sisters. Nicholas tried to explain. Christmas is about something more. You mean like popcorn balls and candy canes? Or do you mean like getting 2 weeks off of school? Said his brother and sisters. Wait, I know. Is it about decorations? Is it that? And cookies. Yes, cookies. And lighting. And all kind of cool stuff. And nope, said Nicholas. None of that is what it's really about. Then Nicholas explained the true meaning of Christmas. It's about love and goodwill and kindness and giving. Do you mean like being nice to your brothers, said Nicholas's brother and sister, and helping them help Santa even though you think you're some kind of important big shot? Isn't that what you mean? They asked, staring at him. What could Nicholas say? His family was right. Christmas was about letting them help Santa too, which is just what he did. And the froggy wants his own galaxy and a kingdom. Ho, 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 said Santa. Do you think he might settle for a box of flies? Maybe, Santa. See? Yeah. Santa, come and check them. Santa thanked them all, and the ducks went home. Now, do you see what Christmas is all about, said Nicholas. I think we do, said his brother, but we might have to help you again next year to be sure, said his sister. Can I have your hat, said his other sister. And they ate popcorn balls and candy canes and sang Christmas songs all night long. Silent quack, holy quack, 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 quack. Yeah. And that was Santa Duck. A beautiful story, and now one of my favorites that was written by David Milgrim. Again, my name is Tim, aka Timmers. It's my pleasure to be here with you, and of course, I hope to see you again very soon. Merry Christmas! Bye!
Thank you so much, Tim. Santa Duck and his merry helpers. What a fun story. I know you guys have been paying attention and you've been enjoying it so much so far. But I want to remind you guys to write down little notes about each story, or you can write down notes about the different activities that have been happening so that you don't forget to write your paragraph at the end of all of this and submit it to this email address right down here. You see that? Nice. You submit it to that email address by December 23rd. All right? And you have a chance to win a voucher for $500. Don't forget, and parents, we're not leaving you out either, okay? You have a chance to win designer shades courtesy Optometrist today. All you have to do is count how many times the logo appears on the screen. That's all. It's simple. All right, so we're moving on. I know that you children love to go in the kitchen with mommy and daddy, and I know that you want to find out how to make some Christmas cookies. So we call Auntie Wendy. Auntie Wendy's gonna take us through it. You know who I'm talking about, the one and only Wendy Rahamut. Take it away.
Wendy Rahamut from the Wendy Rahamut School of Cooking, and I'm here today holding my annual Christmas cookie making camp. We're making some delightful sugar cookies and decorating them for the theme of the festive season of Christmas. And the very simple ingredients for this, all we need is some eggs, we need some sugar, some flour, and of course some butter, unsalted butter. We make that up to a nice smooth dough, and then we roll it out and stamp out these gorgeous shapes. After which time we go pull it down and we make some frosting, we cover it up and we decorate our cookies. Isn't that gorgeous? So there's a lot of activity here today. Everyone is just having such a great time. And some more beautiful cookies. Aren't these gorgeous? And this is absolutely lovely as well. So, from all of us here at the Wendy Rahamut School of Cooking, we say, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hi guys, my name is Samuel Badri, former Trinidad and Tobago and West Indies cricketer. I have with me my elder daughter, Samara Badri, who will be assisting me in reading the story entitled The Mouse That Cancelled Christmas. We are in the Christmas season. And can you imagine if Christmas was cancelled? Can you?
No, that means no gifts, no food, no spending time with family and friends, and no Santa Claus.
Yes, that would be tragic indeed. So let's find out what happened in this story with The Mouse That Cancelled Christmas by Madeline Cook and Samara Hardy. I'll get straight into it. One Christmas, when Mouse was just a baby, a huge bubble bumped him on the head. And from that moment on, Christmas for Mouse meant just one thing: danger.
This Christmas, the animals of Jingle Bell Forest were getting ready to make it the best Christmas ever. But Mouse was not happy. Hold up! Wait a minute, he announced with his busiest, bossiest voice. What's going on here? He scurried over to Bear. Stop right there, he said. 1. Those pine needles are way too sharp. 2. These lights are far too bright. And 3. I hope you're not thinking of putting this very pointy star on top of that very tall tree.
But it's Christmas, said Bear.
No, no, no. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous.
Mouse hurried across to the rabbit chorus. They were singing a song about roasting chestnuts over a fire.
Whoa, 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 said Mouse. 1. You can have someone's eye out with that stick. 2. No open fires, not even in salt. And 3. All that ding-a-ling-a-ling could hurt someone's ears. And it's definitely giving me a headache.
But it's Christmas, sang the rabbits.
No, no, no. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous.
Mouse dashed over to Squirrel. She was icing Christmas cookies.
Put that bowl down immediately, he ordered. 1. Have you washed your hands? Think of the germs. 2. That rolling pin could cause a serious injury. 2. And 3. You're getting clouds of icing sugar everywhere.
No, 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 said the animals. It's snow, snow, snow. It's the white Christmas we've been dreaming of. Let's play.
Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. If you can't celebrate Christmas carefully and cautiously, said Mouse, we won't have it at all.
Not at all? No Christmas? Why? No, not fair.
Christmas is cancelled.
But if Christmas is cancelled, whispered Mole and Owl, does that mean we can't give you your present?
Oh, said the Mouse, a present? For me? Mouse looked at the faces of all his friends. Yes, 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 they said. It's Christmas. Mouse unwrapped the parcel. It was a shiny new megaphone. Just the thing to make a little voice much bigger. It was the perfect present for such a bossy mouse. His friends had thought about what would make him really happy. It was time for the mouse to do the same. He lifted the megaphone. Right, he boomed. Are you all listening? The animals looked worried. 1. I want our tree sparkling with the brightest lights and the pointiest star. 2. I want everyone unwrapping presents. And 3. I want cookies, music, and dancing for all of us. This is gonna be the best Christmas ever in Jingle Bell Forest, cried Mouse.
And it was, but not in the way that anyone was expecting. The end. It was the best Christmas in Jingle Bell Forest. We've come to the end of the story, boys and girls, but I want you to remember during this Christmas season to enjoy it, but also to be safe, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. Take all the precautionary measures, have fun, and do continue to be blessed. Thank you all very much.
Goodbye.
Hi, welcome to National Library and Information System Authority of Trinidad and Tobago annual Tale-a-Thon. I am Auntie Chanel. My name is Auntie Leanne, and today we are going to be reading Worried Arthur, Countdown to Christmas by Joan Stimson and Jan Lewis. Published by Ladybird Picture Books. Arthur was a penguin and a warrior. Arthur worried about whether he'd grow as tall as his father. He worried because his hair stood on end. And now of all things, Arthur was worried about Christmas. One day, Arthur came home from school. He looked even more worried than usual. And what have you been doing today? Asked Dad. Map of the world, mumbled Arthur. He didn't sound too happy. And where do you live? Asked Dad. He'd hoped Arthur was concentrating. It's called Antarctica, said Arthur. And it's near the South Pole. Well done, Arthur, beamed Dad. That night, Arthur paddled across the landing. He climbed onto Dad's bed and tugged on his pajamas. I'm worried, Dad, he whispered. Dad stopped snoring and woke with a start. What is it, Arthur? It's the map of the world, Dad. We live at the South Pole, and Santa Claus lives at the North Pole. What if he gets tired before he arrives here? What if he runs out of toys? Well, you can stop worrying about that, said Dad firmly. Santa Claus got down here all right when I was a lad, and he still had plenty of toys left. Arthur looked less worried. He trotted back to bed and fell asleep. On the last day of the term, Arthur brought home his school report. He hovered nervously while Dad read all about him. Well done, Arthur. You've worked hard all term. And although your writing is rather illegible, it's nothing to worry about. That night, Arthur kept his light on late. It took him a long time to find illegible in his dictionary. And when he did, it was all very worrying. In the middle of the night, Arthur padded across the landing. He scuffled round the end of Dad's bed and biffed him on the beak. I'm worried. Dad, whispered Arthur. Dad stopped snoring and woke up with a start. What is it, Arthur? It's my writing, Dad. What if Santa Claus can't read it? What if he doesn't bring the toys on my list? Well, you can stop worrying about that, said Dad firmly. For your information, Santa Claus is the world's leading expert on handwriting. Good heavens, he'd soon be out of a job if he couldn't read double Dutch. Arthur looked less worried and went back to sleep. 2 days before Christmas, it began to snow heavily. Dad got Arthur's toboggan. Some of Arthur's friends came out to play, and they all made snowmen together. Arthur was tired out, and when he went to bed, he still woke up worrying. Just after midnight, Arthur padded across the landing. He opened Dad's curtain. I'm worried, Dad, he whispered. Dad stopped snoring and woke with a start. Whatever is it this time, Arthur? Arthur pulled Dad over to the window. It's the weather, Dad. It started to snow again. What if there's a great big drift on Christmas Eve? What if Santa can't get through? Well, you can stop worrying about that, said Dad firmly. You don't think Santa Claus will be put off by a bit of snow, do you? Whatever do you think he's got those big hulking reindeer for? Arthur looked less worried and went back to sleep.
On Christmas Eve, Dad and Arthur decorated their Christmas tree. They put their presents underneath and Arthur wrote his labels very clearly. After supper, Dad sat on the end of Arthur's bed and read him a story. It was Arthur's favorite, but he still looked worried. Now look here, son, said Dad. I could use a good night's sleep, so if there's anything worrying you, you'd better get it off your chest. It's my room, whispered Arthur. What if Santa Claus comes into my room and sees all my books and toys? What if he thinks I don't deserve any more? Well, you can stop worrying about that, said Dad firmly. If Santa Claus only brought presents to deserving children, he'd only need to work part-time. But if it makes you feel any better, we can leave him alone. So Arthur and Dad left a message at the top of the stairs. It suggested very tactfully that Santa might like to leave Arthur's gift on the landing. As soon as they'd written the note, Arthur looked less worried. There's just one more thing, said Dad. Yes, Dad. If anything else worries you in the night, Arthur, keep it to yourself until tomorrow. But that night, Arthur and Dad both slept like logs. The next morning, Arthur sat up in bed. Ouch! He banged his head on the top of his shelf. Yippee! Cried Arthur. I must be growing! He jumped out of bed and looked in the mirror. Arthur smoothed down his hair, and it stayed there. Then he looked out on the landing. Sure enough, there was a stocking filled with everything Arthur had asked for. Arthur waited patiently for Dad to wake up. At last, he came onto the landing. Merry Christmas, Arthur. And how are you feeling this morning? I feel funny, Dad, said Arthur. Then he smiled. It must be because I'm not worrying. Thank you for watching our video.
Oh, thank you so much, Leanne and Chanel. Great story, guys. And I also want to say thank you to all the people making this possible today. Of course, NALIS. Of course, Republic Bank, Optometrist Today, Kiss Baking Company, NGC, and Venture Credit Union.